When Zionists make the claim that they made the desert bloom, they imply that Palestine was an empty wasteland before they arrived. The purpose of this is to paint the native Palestinians as being uncivilized and primitive, whereas the Zionist settlers were progressive and innovative. But long before Israel was even established, Palestinian farmers cultivated a wide variety of crops and had plenty of irrigation technology to use. These crops included olives, citrus, wheat, barley, figs, and grapes. Many of these areas had sophisticated irrigation systems that had wells, cisterns, canals, and terracing that allowed for the capture of rainwater. Towns such as Jaffa, Jericho, and Nablus were well known for their olive orchards and their citrus groves, which were significant export commodities during both the Ottoman rule and British rule. Even prior to Ottoman rule, Palestinian farmers who were known as fellahin developed a method of cultivation in sandy environments known as mawasi. This involved excavating large plots of sand and then surrounding the area with sand berms in order for it to collect rainwater runoff and groundwater. And thanks to this Palestinian form of technology, it allowed for the retention of moisture inside of sandy soil, which turned desert sand into orchards and gardens. Now, it is true that Zionist institutions like the Jewish National Fund and kibbutzim introduced irrigation technologies like drip irrigation later on. But these developments built upon and often replaced the existing irrigation systems that were already there. So one, they pretend that no organized people were living in Palestine before Zionists arrived, and because of this, they too declared that this irrigation technology that belonged to Palestinians was actually developed by Zionists.
Besides the fact that before the Jews came to here in the late 1800s, early 1900s, it was like a barren land. Like, because the Jews came here, it started to flourish or whatever.
And all of this is done in the name of what is referred to as greenwashing. Greenwashing is when a state or organization appeals to environmentalism to deflect attention from their harmful practices. So while Israel steals Palestinian water in order to fuel their so-called environmentally friendly practices, they are hoping that you will only focus on these environmentally friendly practices and not focus on their entire list of crimes against humanity. So the next time a Zionist claims that they made the desert bloom, ask them this: what desert, whose land, and whose water?